Well, here's a nice story I got that you can take advantage of. Is a couple weeks ago, I came out with a report about how you could take a free course about how to be a contact tracer, for the COVID at home and make like $20 to $50 an hour. And you don't have to have a degree or anything. You do it at home. And I had some steps there of how to do all this stuff. And here's a letter I got back just a couple of days ago from one of my members. He said, "Well, Matthew, it was very simple. I followed your instructions, took the course offered by Johns Hopkins University, and passed. May have taken them a few times, but what the hell? Then went to Indeed and Glassdoor websites you recommended, then uploaded my resume." Okay, they're two websites that are job opportunities, and they're very good because they have opportunities there for work at home and part-time and even gig workers and everything. Okay. In fact, I had a professional redo my resume with emphasis on COVID-19 contact tracer position. Okay. See, we're hiring thousands and thousands of people like that and probably going to hire more very soon. So it'd be good to be in position because we don't have this thing solved and we need a lot of this contact tracing to do it. So we're getting smarter as this goes along, maybe. Okay. Mentioning of the course that I had passed. So in his new resume, he updated. So you have, okay, you're looking for a contract tracer. I just passed this course by Johns Hopkins University. So that was a good. And he didn't have a degree, I assume. It took a few days because I found there were companies looking for people to fill those positions, but wanted to have Bachelor of Science or other medical background. So I kept looking. That's what you have to do. People say, "Oh no, you only have one head. We're looking for people with two heads." Move on, fella. So you got to look for those people who want two people with two heads, and you're it. I did a search of those websites specifically for 5 different states. See, in these Glassdoor and Indeed, you could find jobs just in certain states. Now, he was working remotely, so it really didn't matter for him. To start with, like a Google alert that sends you recommendations every day. So you could go into those websites and say, "Hey, I'm looking for this kind of job in these states, work remotely or a gig job or whatever." And they're pretty good at this. I use the same process on Glassdoor and Indeed to send updates on the contact tracer positions. I received a phone call within several days and was offered a position over the phone. Okay. They couldn't tell you only had one head. They thought he had two. What was interesting is the man doing the interview told me that the exact same course that I took is used for their training program. And that's what got me noticed. I can't say thank you enough for the tremendous information and opportunity. I love reading this stuff that I never would have learned about if it hadn't been subscribing to Let's Go Help. Well, you don't have to subscribe to Let's Go Help to learn this stuff. It's out there. There's a lot of opportunities that we don't know about because it's not in our background, and it's a whole new game out there. And you just got to think of new ways to do it and testing new ways. And you're going to fail a lot. That's okay, but you don't even know to ask. That's why I wear the question mark suit. But I'm going into hearts now because you got to have your heart in it, or it ain't going to work. So that's a wonderful story, and we have a lot of problems out there, and it looks like things are going to be solved very quickly, and you're going to have to look at other ways to earn income, to get a living or whatever, and it's not going to be in the old ways. So you got to start retraining yourself as quickly as possible about the new tools that are out there. It'll take a while. It's like learning to drive a car. We all learned how, even though horses were a lot easier to get around, right? Why do I have to learn how to drive this car? Well, to get anywhere, you're going to have to learn. So it's the same thing with this kind of stuff. So hang in there. With or without a member. Oh, and here's the course. You're looking for it and you're not a member. If you're a member, I'll send you this report that has all these sources on it. But if you're not a member, you're looking for COVID-19 contact tracing course, COVID-19 contact tracing course. Okay. And that's what you want to see. That, and here are the 2 websites you want. One is called Glassdoor. okay, and the other one's called Indeed, okay, and they're like, gosh, I mean, there's a lot of jobs here. I got 235 jobs in contact tracers there was when I did this, so that's why that's going to grow again, and it looks like it's going to have a growth spurt again soon because we got more cases. We got to do something different, right? I mean, none of us left.